Hello, everybody. Welcome back again. It's a beautiful day, and we just have to celebrate it. Welcome back again. I know recently we've been hearing the news about the tennis champion Novak Djokovic. Yes, the guy from Serbia. Yeah, so just a little quick rundown about the turn-off of events in Australia. Regarding the Australian Tennis Open. Yeah, that's the tennis tournament. So it's just a little quick rundown. To some persons, it might interest them. To some, it might not. But to me, I have a point for wanting to talk about it. Not for fun, but there's something I just want us to look into it. Just want you to look deep into it. Remember, I'm just a random guy on YouTube. You shouldn't just believe everything I say. Do your own due diligence. So, Novak Djokovic, a Serbian tennis champion, may be the anti-vaccines movement's new standard bearer, according to some. Not everybody thinks that way. To some, it's all about freedom. It's all about morality, different views. But then to some, like the anti-vaccine movement, he is now considered like kind of the face of that movement. He has become an anti-vaccination celebrity because of his efforts to avoid or evade Australia's strict immunization laws. There is a group called the Unvaxxed Sperm. It's a Bitcoin version of anti-vax, like the anti-vaccine version of Bitcoin, was produced by a bunch of conspirators who believe that Novak Djokovic will be their next celebrity. On Monday morning, a member of the Unvaxxed Spam group commented on a Telegram group, the Telegram chatting, just like you have the WhatsApp. This is just like the Telegram. So a member of that group commented on Monday that that Novak Djokovic would be a great hero for the movement after an Australian court reversed the government decision to deport Novak Djokovic. Novak Djokovic was hailed as a hero by the anti-immunization activists on Telegram. That's the WhatsApp. That's a Telegram channel or group channel that they have for the anti-vaccination movement. So there he's been hailed as the hero or the celebrity, or the star face of that, or the new face of that movement. Yeah, it's just what some persons consider, but then, we have people who have different opinions, but we just have to give ears to what they have to say. Whether we agree with them or not, it's none of our business. I'm not here to talk about agreeing with your point of view or not. I'm just here just to push something that a few persons might look deep into and see where this whole thing is driving to. Because to me, I feel like it's a slap on the Australian government. To me, I feel like that. I feel like the Australian government has made itself look like a laughingstock on the face of the global community. Because now, if you go and deport that guy because he defeated you in your own court, then what are you trying to tell others? You might spark a movement that you might not be able to control, even in your home country of Australia. An expert in tracking false information by name Nick Bakovic said many anti-vaccine and anti-lockdown Telegram channels are now celebrating the overturning of Novak Djokovic's Australian visa cancellation as a major victory against vaccine mandates and COVID restriction, and are likely to feel emboldened by that decision. Stran Djokovic, the father of Novak Djokovic, claims Australian government officials humiliated his son by putting him in a prison. Mind you, I don't know if it's a prison, but then I heard that he was put in a hotel for quarantine, but then it's been time of prison. It all depends. I'm not there. I'm not going to speak on what I'm not present to give first-hand information, but I'm just giving up a few informations that you can easily obtain on the web. So I just have to get a few pieces together and just try to put this thing together for us to consume and make sense out of it. So one of the facilities, merely a quarantine hotel. Remember I said it's a merely a quarantine hotel. So there is a group in the US, that group is called the QAnon. So it's a group, whether you agree with what they say or not, they are groups. Remember, I believe in the principle of freedom of speech, and freedom of association. You can belong to any group you want to belong to, but let your activity do not trample with my own right as a human being. Okay, so I am not in any way against any group. Anyone should have their own opinion. It's their business, So a QAnon Telegram group channel is sharing this video widely. People have interpreted these as a rallying cry to rise up against world COVID dictatorship, which shows how conspiratory and extremist groups are cherry-picking bits of this story to suit their purpose. Remember, people can always twist things to suit their narrative. It all depends. People can take things and make it, as long as it resonates with what they believe in, they just own it and modify it and brand it. It all depends. Everyone have their own right to their own opinion. So according to Ife Gallagher of the Institute for Strategic Dialogue and Sierra O'Connor, an analyst, they are both analysts with the Institute for Strategic Dialogue. Across many COVID skeptics and COVID conspiracy communities online, Novak Djokovic is being raised up as a hero by those who see him as a champion of sorts for the unvaccinated, including some groups who have adopted hashtags like I stand with Djokovic. It's there. These are stuff you can easily obtain online, but remember, I just had to bring every piece together and be able to make my own script just for us to consume here. On court opponents, on court, like his opponents on the tennis court, game. So he has on court opponents, on tennis court opponents like Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer, are also being implicated in this conspiracy, according to Gallagher and O'Connor, because both attacked Novak Djokovic for his personal or political views. That is all for them to, decide. According to Gallagher and O'Connor, these communities are now accusing the two tennis stars of being part of a larger conspiracy and collaborating and collaborating with Bill Gates for unknown reasons. Bill Gates, he pushed for the vaccine, for people to get vaccinated. Everyone have their own opinion. It's for them to decide. When Novak Djokovic arrived in Australia last Wednesday with a medical exemption to play despite the tournament's severe immunization requirement, the tale of his ability to defend his Australian Open Championship began. According to Federal Circuit Court Judge Anthony Kelly, Novak Djokovic was not given enough time to present his case to the immigration officer at the airport before the restriction was lifted on Monday. Alex Hawke has warned that he may deny Novak Djokovic visa personally, with a decision coming on Tuesday, and the problem is far from done. Confusion has been fueled by Australia's lack of response to Novak Djokovic's attempt to avoid vaccination requirements. In spite of Novak Djokovic's effort to enter Australia without a vaccine, his actions are not surprising considering the tennis star's history of conspiracy theorizing. It all depends. Some people did some diggings and found that he has a history of that, but then what's my business? It's not my business. Novak Djokovic, who has never acknowledged publicly that he was immunized against COVID-19, made no apologies for his anti-vaccine stance when outbreak began in 2020. Conspiracy theorists like Jelena Djokovic, who posted a message on Instagram last week suggesting that the spread of the virus was caused by the introduction of 5G, a long debunked hypothesis. Okay, everyone they are entitled to their opinion. It's none of my business. Novak Djokovic, on the other hand, has a long history of expressing anti-science sentiments. Everyone says believe in the science. Does it also apply in all spheres of affairs? Because if you say believe in the science, then we have to say believe in the science when it comes to every other thing. Why is it just have to be when it comes to some things we say believe in the science, but when it comes to some other things we say otherwise? It's just food for thought. The Self-Mastery Project, a web series in which Novak Djokovic interviewed a variety of wellness and self-help experts, many of whom have promoted conspiracy theories, was one of Djokovic's project while he was in lockdown. There was this, he had some self-mastery project which he did, and during the lockdown he was interviewing a lot of people who were skeptics, who people consider them, they were skeptics. I'll call them skeptics, even though some persons consider them conspiracy theories, or self-help experts, dependent, but I call them skeptics. They have their reason to be skeptical about things. Instead of us to, call them names that are unprintable, I think it's better we'll try to calm down and listen to their own opinion and know what they have to say. Listen, let's just pay attention. Let's give them listening ears. They might be right, they might be wrong, but just give them listening ears. That's what I believe in. Hear what they gotta say. You might not agree with everything everyone gotta say, just like what I'm saying right here. You might not agree with everything I'm saying right here, but at least give me my own right to talk. Just listen. Then you can then respond to me and tell me what you think. So for now, people just see him as the face of the new movement, but everyone have their own opinion. I believe he has his own reason. Maybe we should ask him, what's your reason for pushing for this? Why do you believe in this? He may be, if we hear his own points, then we might be able to actually understand why he thinks that way. Because you can't shut people out not to talk. Listen to them. That's all I have to say. Well, for now, thank you for listening. You're also welcome back again to the channel. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you'd be kind enough to drop some comments, I will appreciate. Thank you once again. Please stay safe, socially distance, and wear your masks if you want to. Thank you.